felt like completely exhausted someday when you didn't even did enough work that you thought you could? Or you felt like there is a blanket on your shoulder that weighs 100 pounds and you can't just get it off? Let's be clear, you clicked on this video, you're probably sitting on your bed thinking how pathetic your life is and how pathetic you are for feeling this way, and you just need a quick escape from this so you can get back on your track and do 10 multiple things all at one time. Hi ladies and the other gender, welcome back to my channel. I'm Reet and let's get into it. Okay sweetheart, I want you to understand this, that getting out of a depression is not a 5-day course. It's not a one-day thing, okay? The thing that you're feeling right now, it's totally valid, and I've been there. I've been in depression for months in my life, so I know it's not a one-day quick bait thing that, these are 10 steps, follow this and you will be perfect, and then you can do 10 different things and exhaust yourself again. Sweetheart, if you do those things, you will just burn yourself out again, and you will be stuck in this cycle of getting motivation, doing things again, getting into depression, doing things again, getting motivation, and there will be no end. So as a well-wisher, I want you to understand this one thing. Whatever you're feeling is valid, but there is no quicksand escape, okay? Get this in your head. You have to work on yourself to get out of this, because if you're into this constant cycle, then it didn't came in one day and it will not go in one day, okay? Have you ever felt like you're not doing enough, or you felt like nothing is working in your favor? Or do you feel like you are numb and you don't know what you even feel? Do you feel burden of talking to your loved ones, or doing your laundry or cleaning up your room is the biggest task in the world? Do you feel like talking about your emotions to people will be burden to them because you are always too much, too emotional, too sad, and you are always complaining about things? Yeah, you're not alone, okay? See, you're not the first person to get depressed in this world. You are not the last person to be depressed in this world. It's just a phase. You need to understand this. Your whole identity is not this thing, okay? You can definitely get out of it and be the brightest version of yourself. And I am the example, like live living example of that. I went from being like this to being like this, and it took me a year to fully get out of it, right? But I was better in few months, and I'm here to share the things that worked for me and they didn't work for me, so that it could work for you, right? Because we are not here slacking our whole lives, right? And sweetheart, stop, absolutely stop blaming yourself for the things, okay? Your mental health is as important as your physical health, okay? It doesn't mean that you push yourself too hard, like you are slacking in your bed for past month and today you woke up and decide I'm gonna run a marathon today, and you just go out to run a marathon and then you won't be able to run a marathon, and then you will be sad that why couldn't I do that? Because sweetheart, you haven't healed, you haven't ran few laps and just built up to the marathon, if you're getting what I'm trying to say, okay? And marathon is just an example. Take that example in your job, in your study. If you haven't studied a single letter in past month, you can't just start studying for 6-7 hours straight without any further help, because your mind is already exhausted from a lot of things, okay? Stop exhausting your brain more, okay? I'm not here to diagnose you, okay? If you clicked on this video, you already know that you feel shitty in your life and you're not happy with how it is going, okay? So I'm not here telling you that, okay, these are the signs of this. Like I did search so that I can prove myself wrong and prove myself that, oh my god, it's not like that, but it was, okay? If your personality is gone from being the bubbly, happy person to being a sad and always depressed person, that means something is wrong, okay? So go and get up right now. Get up, pause this video, get up, take a paper. Literally take a paper right now, okay? I'm gonna get a paper myself. Take a paper and write, I accept myself as I am. So sweetheart, the step 1 of getting out of depression is accepting that you are numb, is accepting that you are not at your fullest potential. It is accepting that something is wrong with you and not everything is going in the right direction. You have to accept it before beginning to change it, okay? You have to accept it. So you have to write that I accept as I am right now, okay? Write it right now. Practice accepting yourself, not blaming yourself, okay? Now, as you accepted yourself and you know you are not weak for feeling these emotions, okay? Even if you doubt that, write it. I'm not weak to feel these emotions. That just means it's a phase and it will pass, okay, sweetheart? It will pass. It will pass. Trust me, it will, okay? Two is you're gonna pick up your phone, you're gonna dial the number of your best friend whom you haven't talked since you got into that rut, or your sister, or your mother, or your father, or your dog, anyone, or your mentor, or your teacher, anyone that whom you think has 0.1 human sense and who won't judge you on what you say. You dial that number, okay? You're gonna call them, you're gonna tell them that we are gonna meet. Don't ask them, tell them that we're gonna meet. I have to talk about these things. Someone you can trust with your emotions, okay? If you can't find anyone in your personal life, because not everyone is privileged with good people around them, there are plenty of people online, okay? You can just connect with them, or you can join workshops, or do anything to go into a community or with people, okay? Get out of your freaking house, okay? Once you meet the right person, or when you have the right people in your life, you're gonna tell them what's happening with you, okay? Even if it makes you ugly cry, like, oh my god, this happened, and be like, cry ugly, okay? Tell them what's happening with in your life, okay? I told my teacher about it, and trust me, that was the point I realized that how messed up my life is. Like, you know, my teacher literally asked me, okay, Reet, if I add 0 plus h and if I get 0, what will be the value of h? And I thought about it for freaking 2 minutes. That's how bad my brain was shut off, right? Like, it's 0, but let's not get into it, but you have to talk to someone, okay? You go and talk to someone, okay? Go and talk. And then we come to step 3. Now you got a little emotions out of your way. And if you can't find any person around you, grab a piece of paper, write dear love, or dear myself, dear God, anything you believe. I thought I dear my future self anyways, but then write the things we are feeling, okay? Even if you can fill a freaking book or few pages. I started journaling, like I started emotional journaling, that's what I say. Whenever I felt down or anything, I wrote it. Like whenever I had fight with my parents for most stupidest thing in this world, I literally wrote that out in most emotional ways, that nobody loves me, nobody is there for me, in most freaking emotional way. Like you are damsel in distress and everything bad is happening with you, write that way, okay? Write all your emotions out in most vague and real way, okay? So we accepted it and we got it off our chest, right? We are trying to do that, okay? These are 2 things that you have to do. Then we come to step 3. In step 3, you're gonna again get a paper and write that my growth is not gonna look same to the person who has not gotten into depression, okay? Sweetheart, your growth graph will absolutely look like no growth, little growth, right? But someone who's healed, their graph won't look like, they are not healing, they are not at their lowest point. They will be, but they are not right now. So if you compare yourself to them, it's your problem, right? It's something is wrong with your brain. Why are you comparing your life with someone else, okay? So stop freaking comparing your life journey with theirs, okay? I know if you're getting out of depression, you won't get the result that everyone else will be getting at certain day. Like, in 6 months, someone will be at top who will be as the same when you started at the same pace. But just because you've gotten into something that you shouldn't be, it's okay, you got there, but the results won't be same, okay? You have to understand that the results won't be same, but you are getting a lesson out of it, okay? Whenever you get hit the wrong bottom again, just come back to my video. Anyways, hot girl club. Anyways, 4 is what I call the cut-off phase. Now, as you have formed a community, you have to sit with yourself and ask who are the people I genuinely adore and whose life I would be happy to take. right? If someone is constantly pulling you down, sweetheart, if someone is, backstabbing you behind your back, you should not be friends with them, okay? You are the average of 5 people you be with, and you are already at your lowest. You are at the most influential phase of your life. So at this moment, if you let another person influence you, it's not gonna be good, right? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We are not here letting other people influence us when we can't even influence ourselves, right? Company matters a lot. This is the time to be with the most happiest and most, career growing people, because they are the one who's gonna affect you into getting out of this rut, okay? They are gonna be helping you into getting, like, I remember having the friends who used to study like crazy and still enjoy their life and still be happy about it and not brag about it how bad life is. That's something that influenced me into studying more, right? But when I was with the friends who were constantly complaining about how bad the teacher is, or how they can't get this XYZ stuff, or how their boss is irritating them, I started thinking the same way, like, oh my god, my life, it does have a lot of problems. But when I was with people who see the good in the problems too, my mindset, changed around that, okay? And like, this will actually take few months, okay? Don't say that I'm saying this in a so good way that it will happen in a day. No, it will take at least a month or two to do these kind of things, to be normalized, to accept yourself, to talk to people. It will take time, but you will get there. And once you're here, that you are capable of making some decisions of your life, I want you to get out of your house and actually do something that you absolutely hate. Example, if you hate like little stuff, not like, oh my god, I hate running a lot and now I'm gonna run a marathon. No, okay, we are not going that extreme. It's like, oh my god, I hate running, I'm gonna run a lap. Okay, what happens is, like, your brain hates unfamiliar paths, okay? It craves familiarity, right? So when you are in a familiar kind of situation for whole different depression arc, your brain your brain has adjusted to that. So when you expose it to an uncomfortable situation and still win it, like, if you haven't run and you run 2 laps, your brain is like, oh yeah, we can do that, and you will feel an intense amount of dopamine in your body, okay? The thing is, doctor gives doses of things. I also want to give you a dose. Oh my god, my writing is so bad today. This is something that you have to take every freaking day. This is like step 6. You have to take dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. These 4 are your happy hormones, okay? So dopamine is something you get from completing a task. Oxytocin is you get from, being with your pets, being with your family, cuddling, calling a friend, or something like that. Serotonin is what you get from meditation, sleeping properly, from sunlight. And endorphin is what you get from exercise, dancing, laughing, watching a comedy, or something like that, okay? So now we know what these 4 hormones are, and you need to access all of these, okay? Make a schedule in a way that you are accessing all 4 of these happy hormones every freaking day. This is the dose for you that you have to take every freaking day. Dr. Reed prescribed it, okay? I'm not doctor, but yeah, white shirt. Anyways, and the 7th step, the last step, I want you to understand that you are not alone, sweetheart, okay? So if someone ever comes to you and talks to you about these things, don't be a bitch about it, okay? The 7th step is accepting whatever happened to you and moving on with your life despite it being happened to you. Now your life is pretty normal after these, practicing these things for months. Your life will get pretty normal, but you have to understand that its effects are gonna last for more than you think. There will be days where you will feel absolutely at your lowest without no reason, and its effect will be there for you. But you need to understand that you can't let it take the power of you. You can be sad for a day, you can be in a rut for a day, but you have to make sure you are getting out of it the other day, okay? That's what you call burnout and anxiety, and I'm gonna make another video on it. But the fact is, those things will affect you, okay? But the main depression arc ends here, okay? You are no longer depressed after you've done all these steps, okay? And if someone asks you what happened, don't just brush it off under the rug. Yeah, nah, that was nothing. Tell them that, yeah, there was something. Like, you broke your leg, and then someone comes to you after 5 months and they ask, what happened to your leg? And you say, no, 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 nothing. It was just a crack. Like, do you understand it? Okay, so mental health is not a taboo. We are not making it a taboo, okay? And if you ever felt like you are in a rut, I'm gonna make a video on it. And like, you will have those days. I did. I still do. Like, it's just not as frequent as they used to be. And your growth is not gonna look same as some other people's growth. Don't compare, okay? You are doing whatever you can, and I'm so proud of you, okay? You clicked on this video to learn something, and I'm super proud of you for everything you're doing, and I know you're gonna get out of it, okay? And just play this video as many times as you want, whenever you need to know what steps you want to do. If you need any help with me, I'm just a text, a comment, or whatever away, and I'll be always there for you whenever you need me, okay? You're not alone in this world, neither was I. Nobody is alone in this world, okay? At the end, I want you to say you're not too much for feeling these way. You are not alone. Nobody's coming to save you. You are the only person who can save you. And I really, really appreciate you guys. And I would really love to see you achieve greatness in your life. And for that, you need to heal yourself, okay? This is also another bonus step, that heal yourself, okay? These are the 7-8 steps that you need to follow to get your life back on track and be the sassy diva you are, okay? So I'll see you next week, and I hope you enjoyed. And please like, share, subscribe. I'm still cringing out, but anyways, I'll see you next week, and I'm proud of you for whatever you're doing, and I will always be proud of you, okay?